Welcome to Pod Me If You Can TV. I'm David Farrell.
And I'm Lloyd Hughes.
And here on Pod Me If You Can TV, we find obscure titles with your favourite stars and we discuss them. Today's film is It Came From the Sky.
That's such a 50s title.
Isn't it, though? It stars, in no particular order, the late John Ritter, Yasmin Bleeth, Christopher Lloyd, and others, really. I mean, this film is a mess. Now, the reason that I picked this up and picked this one was because the director is Jack Bender. Now, if you have never seen Lost, you have no idea who Jack Bender is. He's a TV director. This is a TV film, TV movie. Jack Bender directed the first and last episode, among others, of Lost. And this is, one of the early ones, 1999. The title refers to a poster that the boy in this film has on his wall. So, look, this directing style, it opens, the opening shot is an eye-opening, exactly like Lost, right? Just like the plane crash in the first episode. And there's a brief theme of fate in the film, and that is probably where the similarities end.
Okay.
First of all. Also, I suppose there's one more. This film is about a plane crash. Look, it's an amazing pairing of Yasmin Bleeth and Christopher Lloyd. They're a couple, and they crash their plane onto the roof of John Ritter's house. He and his wife are having marital problems, which mostly stem from the fact that their boy has autism. And it's a drama. The packaging on this box suggests that it is some kind of sci-fi film. It came from the sky. It looks like it's full of aliens. It's a very creepy mystery kind of thriller, but it's just a drama. It's a very straightforward drama. And it's two couples at different stages of their relationships. So the boy with autism mostly stays in his room until towards the end of the film. There's this very forced way of pushing these couples together. A plane crashes on your roof, makes a hole, and then these two couples just sort of hang out. It's really, really forced. There's a scene in this film where they all dance together, where Christopher Lloyd is left with John Ritter, and they're talking, and John Ritter convinces Christopher Lloyd to show him how to dance, which is a silly little scene, isn't it?
Sounds ridiculous.
The thing is, Christopher Lloyd is flying his plane with Yasmin Bleeth on his way to Vegas for Valentine's Day. But when they crash into the house and they're all inside, basically they decide to spend some time there before they go to Vegas, and they drop by for 10 minutes in this, and it turns into an 8-hour visit, basically.
Yeah.
They make steaks together. They go to make a barbecue. They box in the basement, like boxing gloves. They fight each other. It's like watching a play. It's a big dinner party, and there's all these revelations, inverted commas. It's insane how bad some of the dialogue is. There's a scene where Yasmin Bleeth goes into the bedroom where the autistic boy is and dances behind the mum until the boy is aroused, which is pretty ridiculous. It's not a good film. It's trying to be something where they're explaining how difficult it is to raise a child with a disability. It seems a little bit like a public service announcement at times, and especially in the way that it has some flashbacks that explain how he got autism, or became that he wasn't always this way, and it's one of the parents' faults, basically. So it's like quite a revelation that one of them is harboring a lot of anger towards the other, and this is why, because they used to be a normal, happy family, and it's weird. It's a weird little film. Do you have any questions, Lloyd?
It sounds gets a bit dark, some of the themes, but I guess it's just handled really poorly.
Yeah,
okay.
It's not handled well, and they just sort of snoop through the house and stuff. The two parents are trying to rekindle their love, so they kind of go off and fool around and stuff at times. It's such a bizarre film. You keep waiting for it to get awesome. There's the scene at the beginning where the little boy is holding a plane in his hand, and he's flying it along, and he's like, as that's happening, it's intercut with the plane Christopher Lloyd and Yasmin Bleeth's characters are in, and it's about to crash, and it's sputtering, and the little boy brings the plane down with his fingers just as they start to have engine trouble, and you think, oh, has the boy got some kind of powers?
Wow.
Is he is it like The Shining? Has he got some kind of gift? No. and it just keeps almost, pardon the pun, taking off, but it doesn't. It just, these little scenes don't mean anything, and it's like watching a little play. Like I said, not one I can recommend. I mean, the interest in Jack Bender, the director from Lost episodes, and is what sparked this film for me. But unfortunately, it's just very bad. And
it's a heavy theme with autism, and then trying to bring up a kid with that disability. It's just such a shame they stuffed that up.
It's badly handled, unfortunately, yeah. And I can see where this kind of film is being buried and just hard to find.
Sure.
But anyway, we found it. We talked about it. Find more from us at www.podmeifyoucan.com.